Hey there, and welcome to today's Simply Flowers session. In today's session, we're going to be making a simple spring posy. Let's begin by taking a look at our flower recipe. Now in today's piece, we've got all the best spring beauties, starting with these beautiful pale blue muscari. We're going to team these with some Fritillaria uva vulpis and some beautiful Allium neapolitanum, also known as wild garlic. We're going to be using some beautiful white sweet peas, incredibly fragrant too, teaming that with the snake's head Fritillaria as well, a little bit of white lilac, and of course some ivory ranunculus. Now, in today's project, I've started by removing all of the leaves from all of the stems. So any kind of leaf or side shoot or side bud, anything like that, I've taken off entirely. And then a great little tip for you, I find the best results come from a good little bit of organization beforehand. So what I've done is I've grouped my flowers one by type, as you can see in front of me. I'm then going to begin by taking one or two chunky stems to act as the center or the core of my beautiful little posy. For me, that's going to be a good stem of white lilac, a good stem of ranunculus. Those are kind of the biggest blooms that I have. And for the first kind of, I'd say, maybe 5 to 7 stems, I'm going to literally hold them kind of parallel in my hand. And at this stage now, I'm going to begin by spiraling the flowers together. Now, when we talk about spiraling, essentially we mean that as we build the bouquet, all of the stems are going to flow in the same direction. We don't want any nonsense here now in this little posy. We don't want any crossing stems, any woven stems, as I've heard them called, or netted stems, nothing like that whatsoever. Beautiful, simple, good technique is what we want. So just see the way all of the stems are kind of flowing in the same way, as in the actual flower is heading towards the left of the bouquet, and the stem comes down through that kind of binding point, that holding point where I'm gripping the bouquet, comes in on a nice 45-degree angle. I'm going to take all of the blooms here now, mix them together, a really beautiful, simple, random order, and literally bring them in on that beautiful, simple spiral technique. Spiraling is the key to a really, really great bouquet, whether it's a beautiful little spring posy as we have here, or something way bigger with a lot more presence or even a lot more technique in it. I'm going to take my larger and my smaller flowers and mix them together to create a real meadow effect in this design. There's nothing too kind of overthought in this or too intellectual. It's just beautiful spring flowers bound together gorgeously. Once we've got our posy together, I'm then going to take a length of string around about maybe 50 to 60 centimeters, and I'm going to begin wrapping it around the binding point. That's the point where all of the blooms come together directly in the hand here. I'm going to go around 6 or 7 times so it's nice and tight, and each time I go around with the string, I'm going to just pull that a little bit tighter as I go. Obviously, we've got lots of soft, gentle spring flowers here, so I'm not kind of, going in too aggressively to kind of cinch the stems, but we want it to feel nice and firm. With our garden twine in position around the bouquet, I'm then just going to pop a couple of knots in there just to get that nice and secure, and then go in with a pair of scissors and just trim off those extra little bits, as you can see right here. And just like that, there we have it, a simple spring posy in 3 rather delectable and, dare I say it, simple steps. First of all, we gathered all of our blooms and conditioned them. Then we spiraled all of our stems together to create our posy, and then step 3, we bound it off. What could be more easy than that? Now for our next steps, we're going to pop this in a clean vase filled with clean, fresh water, and you can expect a posy like this to last for maybe 5 to 7 days, depending on the conditions it's kept in. Thanks so much for joining me today for Simply Flowers, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one soon. Have a good one!